Okay. So we were doing the addition. No, sorry, division. So now a2 square minus into minus 1 it will be plus b2 square.
सर स्क्रीन और कैमरा ऑन कर ले सर, स्क्रीन नहीं आ रही आपकी.
अच्छा अच्छा, सॉरी सॉरी सॉरी, रिकॉर्डिंग नहीं आ रही. Minus 1 into minus will become plus b2 square. So now the denominator has been rationalized. It was irrational when there is iota, so that means irrational. So now it has been rationalized. So now we will separate them. This is the real part, this is the imaginary part. It will become a1 a2 plus b1 b2 upon a2 square plus b2 square, then plus a2 b1 minus a1 b2 upon a2 square plus b2 square iota. Six to 2 4 6 6 to Ariba 6 to 2 4 6. 6 to 4 to 7. 6 to 4 to 7. Arib Aftab, you are so much late. You are coming after 2 sessions. In the 3rd session, you are joining. Okay. So A1, A2 plus B1, B2 upon A2 whole square plus B2 whole square. This is the real part. A2, B1 minus A1, B2 upon A2 square plus B2 square iota. So if you remove iota, this will be the imaginary part. So in this way, we will do the division of the complex number. Okay. So we will do the question. We will do the question. If Z1 is equal to 3,
सर बोर्ड नजर नहीं आ रहा।
बोर्ड नजर नहीं आ रहा। अच्छा, Z1 is 3 minus 2 iota and Z2 is equal to 5 plus 7 iota. अब तुम प्राप्त हो। Z1 3 minus 2 iota, Z2 5 plus 7 iota. So find Z1 upon Z2. It will become 3 minus 2 iota upon 5 plus 7 iota. We will multiply by the conjugate of the denominator. Denominator is 5 plus 7 iota. So 5 minus 7 iota. This will be the conjugate. 5 minus 7 iota. This is the conjugate. So 3 minus 2 iota into 5 minus 7 iota. So 3 into 5 will be 15. Minus 2 into minus 7 will be plus. Minus 2 into minus 7 will be plus 14. This is the real part. Plus the imaginary part. 3 into minus 7 will be minus 21. So in between minus 1. A1, A2 minus B1, B2. So A1, A2, 3 into 5 minus 2 into minus 7 will be plus 14. So plus minus 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 14. And then plus A1, B2. So 3 into minus 7 will be minus 21. Then plus sign, minus 2 into 5 will be minus 10. So plus minus minus iota divided by 5 square minus 7 iota square, 49 iota square. Sorry, yes, 7 iota square. We write 7 iota square as I have 7 iota square. 5 whole square and 7 iota whole square. It will become 1, and this is minus 31 iota divided by 25 minus 49 iota square. Iota square is changed by minus 1. So 1 minus 31 iota divided by 25 minus iota square is changed by minus 1. So minus 1 into minus 49 will be plus 49. It will become 1 minus 31 iota divided by 74. Now we separate them. 1 upon 74 minus 31 upon 74 iota. This is the final answer. 1 upon 74 minus 31 upon 74 iota. This is the final answer of Z1 divided by Z2. Z1 is 3 minus 2 iota, Z2 is 5 plus 7 iota. So Z1 minus Z1 upon Z2 will become 3 minus 2 iota upon 5 plus 7 iota. So we will multiply this one by the conjugate of the denominator. This is denominator 5 plus 7 iota. Its conjugate will be 5 minus 7 iota. We'll divide and multiply by the conjugate of the denominator. These both will multiply. 3 minus 2 iota into 5 minus 7 iota. It will become 3 into 5 will be 15. And minus sign, minus 2 into minus 7 will be plus 14. Plus 14 into minus will be minus. Then plus sign, A1, B2. So 3 into minus 7 will be minus 21. Then plus sign, minus 2 into 5 will be minus 10. B2, B1, A2. A1, B2 and plus B1, A2. So minus 10. So it will become 1 minus 31 iota, and here 5 plus 7 iota into 5 minus 7 iota will become 5 square minus 7 iota square. 5 square minus 5 whole square minus 7 iota whole square. So 15 minus 14 will be 1, minus 21 minus 10 will be minus 31 iota. Whole upon 5 square will be 25 minus 49 iota square. Iota square is minus 1. So minus 1 into minus 49 will be plus 49. 25 plus 49. And 1 minus 31 iota. Remember, 1 cannot be subtracted from 31 iota because this is not 31. This is 31 iota. This is 31 iota. Remember it. So 1 minus 31 iota upon 25 plus 49 will be 74. So it will become 1 upon 74 minus 31 upon 74 iota. This is the final answer. So this is the revision. What you have done in algebra and trigonometry, how to add and subtract the complex numbers, how to multiply and divide the complex numbers, and how to represent on the Argand diagram, how to represent the complex number on the Argand diagram. Complex number can be represented by different ways. There are different ways in which the complex numbers are displayed or are represented. One, this is the way. This is called the rectangular form. A plus iota b. This is the rectangular form. There are other ways to represent the complex number.
Parit,
Different ways to represent the complex number. Six equals 1. different ways to represent the complex number. This is z is equal to a plus iota b. This is called the rectangular form. This is called the rectangular form. There is another way. Z is equal to r into cos theta plus iota sin theta. Complex number can be represented in this way. This is called the polar form. This is called the polar form. Another way, z is equal to r e raised to power iota theta. This is called exponential form. Rectangular form, polar form, and exponential form. In rectangular form, the first number may be positive, may be negative. In the same way, the second number may be positive, may be negative. But in polar and rectangular form, there is the positive sign, never negative. There is no negative sign in between. In the polar form, there is no negative sign. In the exponential form, there is no negative sign. There are two things, r and theta. R and theta is constant, A is constant. R and theta are two variables. R is called the modulus of z. This is called the modulus of z, modulus of z, mod z. Generally we call it mod z. R is or mod z, simply mod z. R is called the modulus of z, modulus of the complex number, absolute value of the complex number. And theta is called the argument z. Or simply arg z. This is the rotation of the complex number. How much it is being rotated. What is the degree of rotation? What is the angle of rotation? So theta may be in degrees or may be in radians. Theta may be in degrees or may be in radians. So these are the two things in Z as in a polar form as well as in the rectangular form. R is the mod Z and theta is the RZ, argument Z, a model of Z. How to represent in the Argand diagram? That I have told you already how to represent the rectangular form. Now I am telling how to represent polar form and the exponential form in Argand diagram. Draw the axis. This is the x-axis. This is the y-axis. This is the origin. First of all, we will draw the angle. Put the D over there. Mark the angle. If it is less than 90 degree, it will be in the first quadrant. If theta is less than 90 degree, it will be in the first quadrant. If it is more than 90 degree, but less than 180, it will be in the second quadrant. So it may be over there. Angle, we will mark the angle. This is theta. Abdul Rafi. Okay. First of all, we'll mark the angle. Draw the line equal to R. Whatever be the value of R, we will write R. Measure it up to R. It may be up to here. Angle will be there. And this is angle, this is R. This arrow length will show the R. So now this is R cos theta plus iota sin theta or R e raised to power iota theta. If the angle is more than 90 degree but less than 180 degree, so angle will be over there. Put the D over there, measure the angle, it may come over there. This is the angle. From here up to here. And the length of R, measure over there. This is R. So it will become, we will write over there R cos theta plus iota sin theta or R e raised to power iota theta. We will write over there. This or this, not both. If angle is more than 180 degree but less than 130 degree over 270 degree, so R will theta will become over there. Theta will become in the third quadrant. Now this is this side right here.
सर सेकंड क्वाड्रेंट में माइनस का साइन नहीं लगेगा कॉस से पहले?
जी नहीं, कहीं माइनस का साइन नहीं लगेगा. Now this is theta. This is the angle theta, and this is the length R. So it will become R cos theta plus iota sin theta or R e raised to power iota theta. In both cases, if it is polar form, you will write only the polar form. No need to write both the form. I am showing you how to draw both the forms, but it is not necessary you will write both the form. Whatever in the question, if it is in the polar form, so you will write only the polar form. If it is in the exponential form, You write only the exponential form. No need to write both the forms. If it is in both the forms, then you are supposed to write both the forms. If theta is more than, if theta is more than 270, so it will become in the fourth quadrant. Now it is theta. And this is r. So it will become r cos theta plus iota sin theta, or r e raised to power iota theta. R e raised to power iota theta. So in this way, we will draw the polar form and the exponential form in the Argand diagram. In the polar and exponential form, we are given the modulus of z and the argument of z. So first of all, we will draw the argument of z, then we will mark the modulus of z, the length of the arrow. This is the mod z. So in this way, we will draw the Argand diagram of the complex number if it is in polar form or in exponential form. So if you are given the matrix, the complex number in polar form, so you will draw in this way. If you are given in exponential form, you will draw in this way. Both the method to draw both the form is the same. To draw the complex number, if it is in both any one of the two forms, so the both method is the same for the polar form as well as for the exponential form. Okay. Now the next, how to convert the rectangular form into polar or exponential form. How to convert polar rectangular form into polar or exponential form. That means from rectangular into polar. Rectangular into polar, or rectangular into exponential. Method is same. Method is same. Rectangular into exponential, rectangular into polar. Rectangular into exponential, rectangular into polar. Okay. Now we learn how to convert. Conversion of rectangular into polar. rectangular into polar. Or exponential. We are given the complex number in the rectangular form and we are asked to convert into polar or exponential form. So this is rectangular form a plus iota b. So in polar and in rectangular, in polar and exponential form, we need two things: mod z and argument z. Mod z and argument z. So how to find the mod z? That is r. How to find r? We will take the square of the real part plus the square of the imaginary part and then we'll take the square root of the sum. We'll take the square of the real part a square plus square of b whole under root. Remember, don't take the square of iota. Only the real part is square and the imaginary part is square. This may be negative or positive. This may be negative or positive, but no iota. No iota, remember it. Most students make the mistake. They take the square of iota b. So it will become iota square b square and iota square will be minus. So it will become minus b square. Sometimes this minus b square will be greater than a square. So you will get the negative answer in the under root. So this is not the r. How you will draw the r? How you will draw the imaginary number? R is the real part. R is the real number. So you have to add this square and b square only, not iota. Again and again I am telling you. You will take the square of a and b, not iota. A and b may be negative, but when you take the square, they will become positive. Both number will become positive when you take the square. The square of the negative number always be positive. The square of the positive number is always positive. So r will become a square plus b square, not iota square. So in this way we will find r. It will become r is equal to a square plus b square. We will get some number. Now how to find theta? The argument. That is theta. How to find theta? So before finding theta, you must know that a plus iota b z will be in which quadrant. If it is in the first quadrant, how to find theta? If z in first quadrant if a is positive and b is positive, so z will be in first quadrant. If the real part is positive and the imaginary part positive, both are positive number, then z will be in the first quadrant. And when it is in the first quadrant, theta will become tan inverse b upon a. Imaginary part divided by the real part, not the real part divided by the imaginary part. Tan inverse b upon a. imaginary part divided by the real part, and both numbers should be positive. So theta theta can be determined by taking the tan inverse of b upon a. Imaginary part divided by the real part. Again and again I am telling you, the tan inverse of imaginary part divided by the real part. If it is in the second quadrant, when it will be in the second quadrant, if A is negative and B is positive, if A is negative, B is positive, theta will be in second quadrant. Theta will be in, sorry, this will be in second quadrant, so theta can be found if it is in the second quadrant. So 180 degree minus tan inverse B upon A. Both must be positive. B and A both must be positive. When it is in the second quadrant, A will be negative. When it is in the second quadrant, A will be negative. But when we are taking tan inverse, you have to take B and A both positive numbers. Don't take the negative A. You will take positive B and positive A. 180 degree minus tan inverse B upon A. If your calculator is in degree mode, if it is in radian mode, so instead of